Town guys, they're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, hope you prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan ready to lead them at quarterback. And, you know, the numbers for him this past weekend in that loss to Tennessee are interesting because he threw for 397. No touchdowns, though.
There's a but.
Oh, there's a but because no touchdowns, and they only put up 10 points in the loss. So what gives?
Yeah, that's the story right there, right? And you asked the perfect question, what gives? How do you move the ball well enough, but you don't end up in the end zone? You've got to put points up, and it's not like they don't have weapons. Where's Julio Jones? Where's Mohamed Sanu? Right? Where's Austin Hooper? Where are those great running backs that they have? They've got to find ways to get the ball in the end zone. He had thrown 6 interceptions through the first 3 weeks, and that led the league. Fortunately, no interceptions in his last game.
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
On second down now, it's Freeman. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I got you.
On 2nd and 7, Watson, and that's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Freeman. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Many times as we open a game, we talk about guys who are drafted in the first round, but how about the undrafted players? In this case, safety Tashawn Gibson, who's made the most of his time in the NFL, becoming a starter in the league, and since 2012 has 20 interceptions, the most for undrafted players in that time frame.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. But now it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a... And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Houston's offense here working their way back onto the field, and a 16-10 loss in Week 4 that we talked about for them against Carolina. Now, look, the pass offense was not great, and we talked about how that might have been expected because they were going against a good Carolina pass defense. The running game, though, that took an uptick a little bit.
It certainly did. Remember, they lost Lamar Miller to injury during the preseason. He had been their workhorse. Acquired Carlos Hyde. He had 58 yards. Acquired Duke Johnson. He had 56 yards. That helped in a big way. Now, they missed their chance to sit alone at the top of the AFC South with that loss. And I know people are talking about their trip to face the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead in 2 weeks. But they've got Atlanta next at home. I think that's a game they better focus on because Atlanta will come in at 1-3 and desperate for a victory. They will put everything into that game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Open man, the tight end falls. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
45. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll run it with Johnson, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 32.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Watson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not.
Check.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Pass complete from Watson to Akins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
And, partner, you know I'm a big advocate of taking tape measures and just throw them away. I want to know if a guy can flat-out play. Well, DeAndre Hopkins is about 6'1", and we're used to the guys who go up and take it one-handed like we just saw there. 6'3", 6'4", 6'5 guys. In this case, he plays way taller than what he's listed, doesn't he?
He does indeed, and that was spectacular.
Yeah, we got to watch him work his routine. We saw it during practice during the week. We saw it in pregame. He works hard at these one-handed catches. He's not just showing off.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Ready, blue 80, like 25.
3rd and 2. Now Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Ryan now off the bootleg. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Ryan caught by Sanu. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin the drive with Johnson. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. Out of the gun, Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. And heading back onto the field now, the Texans defense. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Stocker's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan completes his short throw to Stocker. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 bump.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Here's Matt Bosher now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first.
Let's go. Let's go.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Complete. It's Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. This is Akins hauling in the short pass. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 50, check 50.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Watson on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Ryan completes a short throw to Stocker. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Head coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here we go, G. Double time, double time. Hey, you got 25 tonight.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. A good pickup there of 22.
Let's go.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Freeman. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Ryan going to give to Freeman on the draw. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's Jaleel Adai who brings him down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans 17.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Ryan. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the draw, here's Johnson, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the 1st half. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this 1st half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now Watson's throw is taken in by QT. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Watson screenplay. Johnson. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Again, it's Watson. Finding Fouls complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Watson now to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They isolate Hopkins on the left side.
Push him back. Push him back.
Watson looks to throw again. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Check, 19. Check, 59. Oh, here we go. Oh. Check, nickel.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Carlos Hyde taking it in. And the Texans have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Heading back onto the field, here's a look at Devontae Freeman now. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Ryan. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Falcons on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Ryan. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. And they start the second half with Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers, because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
To throw is Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Come on, come on. Let's go.
The catch made by Hopkins. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Here we go, G.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. On the return, Carter. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Here's Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell. Partner, earlier we were talking about the undefeated teams in the league. Let's switch that and look at the teams at the bottom, like Miami, Washington, Denver, etc. Who is there hope for that is off to a really rough start?
And if we're talking about hope, are we talking about this season or are we talking about the future?
Well, let's do in the future.
Okay, in the future, well, Miami's accumulating draft picks at an incredible rate. But they'll have to hit on all of them and make great decisions in free agency. If so, then they definitely have hope for the future. If you're Washington, well, you drafted Dwayne Haskins this past year. Can you build around a rookie quarterback, a young guy, and make this thing work? If you're Denver, you've got to get some things figured out because normally their defense carries them. Arizona, well, of course, Kyler Murray's there in a new system. Will it take root? Will it take hold? Atlanta is the biggest surprise to me in the early going at 1-3. I don't think any of us saw this coming, but they can still climb back into the race if they can get on a little bit of a run.
So Atlanta would be a team, if we're talking this season, you think still might have some hope?
I still believe that in the NFC South, a tough division, but because of familiarity breeding contempt, they won't be as concerned about playing those teams. They know them, they're familiar, and they have Matty Ice, Matt Ryan at quarterback. They can get hot in a hurry.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
They go to Johnson again. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Jonathan Cyprien. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he's got this down to the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run high, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Watson. Open man is QT, complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
It's complete to Hopkins. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today.
A 32-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Jones has it. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, it can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Well, he's been pretty solid. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
To throw on 3rd down, Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
On first down, it's Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Ready? You ready? Right here, 41 Mike. Go, baby, come on, let's go. Shit.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They're losing here in the third quarter, maybe trying to get the ball outside, bust a big play. Obviously didn't work there.
Yeah, and while it didn't work, I really can't fault them for trying it. You and I have talked to the offensive coordinator, and we knew that was a place they wanted to try and go. And sometimes you just have to stick with it because 2-yard gains turn into 20-yard gains as the game goes along.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
It's caught. Jones. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On first down, it's Freeman. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this third quarter of play.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. On 2nd and 9, Ryan, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Here's Matt Bosher now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Watson now to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. He's played a great game that continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Check the set. 19. 59. Back to 59. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Now it's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
It's 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Ryan to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Ryan will throw again. This complete to Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing again, Ryan. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Ryan, and he's got Sanu. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on his last 7 straight passes. Again, Ryan. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. Over the middle, complete. That's Freeman. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And this one brought in by Sanu. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. You've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score. But they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
We're set. 59. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. And sensing the momentum, maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, But with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan caught by Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's hauled in by Hardy. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 19 there as the drive marches forward. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. From the gun, it's Ryan. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. This is Freeman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Ryan. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
have a little extra tackiness to them.
This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Out of the gun, Watson. He's got Fuller.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson looking sideline, incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw is Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Back to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Watson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll eat some clock with Freeman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Throwing now is Ryan. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Watson and the Texans now down 24-23, a little over 40 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down.
Set. 19. Check. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Check. 59.
Back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The previous play is under review.
The ball carrier. He's out of bounds right at the line.
After review of the play,
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. Open man, the tight end Fells. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So that's a wrap for Charles Day.